Hello and welcome to another Last Epoch build. Today we're gonna theory craft a manifest timer build. I was talking with Polymer last time in the comments on my Necromancer build about theory crafting a manifest timer build with Blast Forge as its main attack. And although I'm not really sure if this will actually work, I'm pretty sure we can make a minion build that does fire damage. So, Manifest Timer is an ability that scales with strength, attunement, character level, and then it has scaling tags on minion physical damage and minion melee damage. So, as you see here, the best thing to level with is attunement, because it gives us minion health and minion damage. For Fourth Strike, it's also attunement, it gives increased damage and minion health. So, we have something here. We have two abilities that require attunement, so we will be making an attunement build. Alright, Manifest Timer is different from all other abilities. Why? Because although it's a minion ability and it benefits from increased to minion stuff, it also gets scales with increased stuff with yourself. What do I mean? The Manifest Timer has an ability to wear our gear. It can wear 3 times our helmet, 3 times our boots, 3 times our gloves, and twice our armor. What does this mean? I'll show you here. Amazing paint skills. The red circles here are gonna be used by our Manifest Timer. So here is what our Manifest Timer gear will look like. It will have 3 of our helmets. So if our helmets has plus 10 damage, when the Manifest Timer gets it, it will have plus 30 damage, and that's true for the helmet, gloves, and boots. Everything is times 3, and chest is times 2. So if we get increased fire damage on our chest, it will apply to the Manifest Timer. We can also give it our weapon. If we spec into this one as a movement, it will also be dealing more damage. And we go with Titan Mace. Manifest Timer gains the mace, which scales with your equipment, with your equipped weapon. What does this mean? So the Manifest Timer will basically steal our weapon as well, and it will have it as if it's on itself. So if we get a weapon which gives us a lot of increased fire damage, Manifest Timer will make use of that. How can we use this? Mana, I think that in order to get Blast Forge as well, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of weapons that give fire damage and they increased our fire damage by a lot. So we should either remove our chest piece or our boots. Now I'm going more with the boots, because the boots we're gonna be wanting movement speed and a bunch of health, and our chest usually can have increased fire damage on it. So let's take away our boots and we go to the Blast Forge instead. So now our Manifest Timer has our weapon, has 3 of our gloves, 3 of our helmet, 2 of our chest, and it has Forge Breath. So the Manifest Timer will look like something like this. It doesn't have the boots anymore, so this one is gone, but it has all these items it can scale off with. So we need the helmet, the gloves, the chest, and the weapon as if we're doing a fire build ourselves. So we need increased fire damage, more damage, more crit, and all that good stuff that usually is on our character, cause the Manifest Timer will be wearing it. The green gear shows gear that it's not gonna be used by our Manifest Timer, so this one needs to have increased minion damage, increased minion health, and items that will buff our minions. They need to have attunement on them. We don't need attunement on our main gear. This one is better off with increased damage, so the Manifest Timer makes more benefit out of it. Alright, so how do we supplement this? How do we help? I think we should get Fourth Strike, make X more weapons to have a lot more minions, help us with AoE and help us with Ignite. And we go for the no cooldown, so we can spam it. We go for the increased area, so we can hit a bigger area, summon more minions, and then we buff our minions with more chance to summon, more chance to summon against rares and bosses. We give them more fire damage, and we give them more duration and more maximum forged weapons. So we can have a lot more forged weapons. We will have our Manifest Armor as the main guy and a lot of minions to support him. We will increase that support with the Sigil of Hope. We will give them more damage. We are gonna have it on instant cast, so we can walk and summon and spam the sigil at the same time. And we went for more sigils, more duration, more damage, and we took some ignite chance. This is not really important, but the last point had to go somewhere. So what will we be doing while we have all this going? So we summoned our minions, we gave them the sigils. Now what? I chose Vengeance. Why Vengeance? Because we get 25% reduced damage, and we take off their armor. So we will be helping our minions deal more damage by reducing their armor. We will be the support. So we will have a lot of damage. We have 25% less damage taken here. I will show you all the others. We have a lot of less damage taken. For our last ability, I went with a lunge. Double lunge, so we move faster. We went for frailty, so they hit less hard and immobilize. And we went for gain health. So we're gaining health. This is our healing defensive ability, and we reduce the enemy's damage and we get some health. Now remember, we have 25% less damage taken here. We jump over to the abilities. I went 8 points in vitality, 2 points in strength as movement, and it's still good strength and resistances. 5 points in less damage taken from near by enemies, so that's 35. And then I chose health gained and mana gained on Vengeance. We're gonna be spamming Vengeance all the time. We're gonna gain that mana, so we can spam it on sigils, on more Fort Strike. We're gonna have a bunch of minions, and this will keep our mana and health up all the time. Paladin, we want the Sigil of Hope, so we spent 15 points initially, 8 points in attunement and resistance, extremely good. Some health, and blind chance and endurance. Again, we're getting more tanky with that blind chance. I went 7 points here, but obviously you go for 15 first, spend the 4 points in Forge Guard, then come back and get the last 2 points here. For Forge Guard, little bit of different setting. I went 1.8 points first of all in physical resistance when hit and increased armor where hit. We're gonna be super tanky. Then 1 point travel in Weapon Master, we get 1 strength, it's okay. 1 point travel in Peltast, it doesn't do anything for us. 4 points travel in throwing attack cost, blah blah blah, helps with throwing attacks, it doesn't deal anything. It doesn't do anything for us. So why are we wasting 5 points here? To use 5 points here. Normally we will be in Anvil stance, where we take less damage but deal less damage. And if we use a throwing attack, we go into Hammer stance, which deals more damage but take more damage. But we're not going to be using a throwing attack, we are going to be using Vengeance. So we will permanently deal 25% less damage, but that's okay. We have our minion to do damage, and we're going to be taking 25% less damage. That's 60% less damage taken in total all the time. So we're pretty much immortal here. Then, since we're going to be buffing fire damage, I decided to go for Ignite. We're gonna be using a two-hander for obvious reasons. Our Manifest Armor will use our weapon. It doesn't care if it's a two-hander or a one-hander, so we give him a two-hander to deal more damage. And we get a lot of chance to Ignite and some chance to bleed. We mainly care for the Ignite. We're gonna be dealing a lot of fire damage, so we want him to Ignite all the time. Attunement, really good. 1 point travel in armor with a shield, we won't be using a shield. 1 point travel and fire damage taken on block, we won't be blocking. And then 3 points for minion gain, 50% health, 150% armor. Our minions will be immortal now. And then 10 points in the Void Knight for health, fight, and physical resistance. I think that this should work. I'm not really sure on how I'm gonna do the final build. We're still theory crafting. It would be fun if we do it together. We can all go in the comment section, say what you think about this build, and see if we can do it. The Forge Breath, it has a 3-second cooldown, but since we're gonna have the helmet and the chest and the gloves, we can try and get cooldown reduction on any of these items here. So if we get cooldown reduction on these items, it will apply to the Manifest Armor, and he can be spamming the attack. He can be Forge blast, what is it called? Blast forging all the time, throwing the fire damage. And that's it. So let me know what you guys think of this build. I think I'll try it out eventually. It's gonna take me a little while to get to it because I already have a Manifest Armor build, but this looks like fun. And Ignite, you're gonna have a lot of minions, you're gonna burn enemies. The Manifest Armor is still gonna do a lot of damage on its own, and you're gonna be super tanky. And yeah, the talent tree here looks really nice. I think this should work. Anyway, let me know what you guys think and if you think I should do this build. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.